South African MPs were not satisfied with the explanations of the Chief of Defense Staff of the country, General Rwanda, who told them that the bodies of the country's soldiers who died in the fighting in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo would be removed on Wednesday, February 5, stating that this was impossible because the Goma airport is closed and the routes provided by Rwanda have been rejected. They reiterated this on February 4, 2025. When the Minister of Defense in South Africa, Angie Motshega, and the Chief of Defense Staff, General Rwanda, appeared before the committee responsible for security and veterans, as well as the Defense Committee, to discuss the security situation in the Eastern DRC, as well as the welfare of the country's soldiers deployed there, SANDF. When asked when the bodies of soldiers who recently fell in battle between the M23 rebel group and the DRC army, before it took over the city of Goma, would be brought back to the country for a dignified burial, the Chief of Army Staff said they would arrive on Wednesday, February 5. He said, regarding the question of when we will see the bodies of our comrades, I can answer in one sentence: tomorrow. MP Karl Niehaus was not satisfied with that answer, saying that the Chief of Army Staff seemed to be kidding them or telling them the impossible, because the bodies could not leave Goma where their soldiers were, and the airport was closed by M23. He said, the Goma airport is closed, the South African soldiers cannot leave Goma, that is true. So how are we going to get the bodies of our soldiers out of there? I don't know, but the general told us it will happen tomorrow, we will see. Niehaus added that Rwanda also gave them permission to use its airport to be able to get the soldiers who died in the war in the DRC, but that their leaders refused. He said, President Kagame gave South Africa permission to use the Rwandan route, but South Africa sees it as an insult. They chose not to take advantage of that opportunity. There is no electricity in the morgue where the bodies were laid to rest, and now it is starting to rot. This is a tragedy for the families, and for our entire country. The angry MP continued. The engine of the restroom ran out of oil. The wounded are no longer receiving medical care. Another serious issue is that the South African soldiers in Goma and the Eastern DRC, besieged by M23, are not allowed to go anywhere or get food, and it is true, last year 10 soldiers died. This year more have died, so in total in the past 6 months 24 soldiers have died. The MPs expressed their dissatisfaction with the explanations given by these leaders, saying that sending soldiers to the DRC was like throwing them away, because in the agreement of the mission they had signed, it was to help the DRC government fight armed groups there, but they showed that they sent soldiers unprepared. Members of the South African Parliament have called on leaders including the Minister of Defense and the Chief of Defense Staff to resign because they are failing to act while the country's soldiers are in danger in Eastern DRC.